Hello children, in this video you are going to learn image formation by concave mirror. That is, when an object is placed in front of a concave mirror, where does the concave mirror forms the image, what is its nature and its characteristics. Before learning where does the concave mirror forms the image, first of all you should know in front of a concave mirror an object can be placed at how many different positions. What we have to learn? An object can be placed at how many different positions. If this side of the mirror is concave mirror, okay, these are the terms of the mirror: pole, focus, center of curvature. This is principal axis, right? So, in fact, an object can be placed in front of a concave mirror at different positions, at infinite positions, at many positions. Why? Because an object can be placed here, 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 here. Like this, at infinite points, the object can be placed. But all these positions of an object are regrouped and made into 6 positions. The first position is very far from the mirror. When an object is placed very far from the mirror, we call such position as object at infinity. We call such position as object at infinity. And whenever you are drawing diagrams, you do not show the object at infinity in the diagram. When you are drawing a diagram, you do not show the object at infinity in the diagram. Why? Because the object is very far from the mirror. On a book or a paper or on the board, we cannot show the object as it is far from the mirror. So, first position is at infinity. Second position is object is placed behind the center of curvature. Now, this is the object which is in front of the concave mirror, but it is not far from the mirror. So, it does not come under at infinity, but it is behind the center of curvature. So, this position is called beyond or behind the center of curvature, or we say behind C. Okay. So, this is second position, object. Third position, object can be placed exactly at the center of curvature. Object can be placed exactly at the center of curvature. This position is called object at C. Object at C. Now, fourth position is object can be placed anywhere between focus and center of curvature. It can be placed here, here or here, anywhere. If the object is placed anywhere between F and C, this position is called between F and C. Between F and C. If the object is placed exactly at F, this position is called object at F. Sixth position. If the object is placed anywhere between pole of the mirror and principal focus, either here, here or here, here, then this position is called between P and F. All these are objects. This position is called between P and F. So, in fact, an object can be placed in front of a concave mirror at infinite positions, but all these infinite positions are regrouped into 6 positions. First position at infinity, very far from the mirror, which we do not show in the diagram. Second position, behind C, behind the center of curvature, here or anywhere you can place, but it should be behind center of curvature. Third, exactly at C, it means the object is at the center of curvature of the mirror. Fourth, between F and C, anywhere between focus and center of curvature, between F and C. Fifth, exactly at focus, exactly at focus. Sixth position, between P and F, anywhere between pole of the mirror and principal focus. So, like this, an object can be placed in front of a concave mirror at 6 different positions. Now, next we are going to see ray diagrams. That is, when an object is placed at infinity, where is the image formed? When the object is placed behind C, where is the image formed? It means where is the image formed by this concave mirror. When the object is placed at C, similar for all these positions, we are going to see where is the image formed. So, let us continue with the ray diagrams. So, the first position is when the object is placed at infinity in front of a concave mirror. So, this is a concave mirror and in front of this concave mirror, very far from the mirror at infinity, an object is placed. but we do not show the object in the diagram because as the object is very far from the mirror, we cannot show it on the board because it is beyond the board. It is very far from the mirror. Now when an object is very far from the mirror, what kind of light rays will come from the object? The light rays that come from the object are a parallel beam of light rays. A parallel beam of light rays are coming from the object and fall on the mirror. When this parallel beam of light rays will fall on the mirror, they get reflected, and all the reflected rays are converging at point and they are diverging from this point. But you have to check where the reflected rays are meeting. Why? Because the point where the reflected rays meet, that point is where the image is formed. You have to check where the reflected rays are meeting. The reflected rays are meeting at this point, because the point where the reflected rays meet, that point, at that point image is formed. And where is this point? At focus. So this is the image position. Where is the image position? At F, the point where all the reflected rays are meeting. So image position is at F. Next, nature. The image is formed in front of the mirror. It means if you place a screen or a paper, you can catch the image on the screen. It means whatever the image which is formed inside the mirror is forming the image inside in it onto the screen in front of it. So if image is formed on the screen, caught on a screen, it is real image. Now object which is placed from the mirror, far from the mirror, it has some size. But here the image which is formed is very point sized image. So we say highly diminished image. It is very point. The object may have a height of 4 cm, 5 cm or even 1 meter also. But the image formed at focus will be point size. And characteristics, actually we have to tell whether the image is above the principal axis or below the principal axis, erected or inverted. But the image is neither above the principal axis nor below the principal axis. It is highly diminished. It is on the principal axis. So we do not write characteristic, erected or inverted. So when an object is placed at infinity, image is formed at focus, the image is real as it is caught on a screen, the image is highly diminished image as its point size image, and it is neither erected nor inverted image. Now let us see second diagram when object is placed beyond C. Now second position is object is beyond C. It means behind the center of curvature. As you can see in this figure, this is object which is placed behind the center of curvature. There are two incident rays coming from the tip of the object. One incident ray is traveling parallel to this principal axis, falls on the mirror, gets reflected and is passing through focus. Second incident ray also coming from tip of the object, passing through focus, falls on mirror, gets reflected and passes parallel to principal axis. One incident ray, reflected ray. Second incident ray, reflected ray. Now you have to look at where both reflected rays are meeting. Both reflected rays are meeting at this point. As both reflectors are meeting at this point, from this point you draw a perpendicular. That will be the image of the object. So this is the image of the object. And I have definitely drawn the lines with a scale by taking measurements, so the diagram is accurate. If you do not draw the diagrams by taking proper measurements and by using a scale, for example here I took the radius as 22 centimeter, focal length is 11 centimeter, I took height of the object 8 centimeter. Okay, and I have drawn the lines with using a scale. If the lines are straight, then only get the image position exactly. Here the image position is between F and C. Between F and C image position. If you place a screen, a paper here, you can catch the image formed inside the mirror onto the screen. So it is a real image. As I said, I have took object height 8 centimeter and I measured the height of the image with scale and I found it to be 6 centimeter only. So image size is less than the object size, so it is diminished image. Size is diminished. As the image formed below the principal axis, so it is inverted. So for this second position, when object is beyond C, image is formed between F and C, nature is real, size is diminished and characteristics are inverted as the image is formed below the principal axis. Now let us see third position. Now let us go into third position. Object is placed at C. As you can see, this is the object which is placed above the principal axis and it is placed at the center of curvature. When the object is placed at C, one light ray coming from tip of the object falls parallel to the principal axis, falls on the mirror, gets reflected, passes through focus. Another light ray coming from the tip of the object falls on the mirror, passing through focus, gets reflected parallel to principal axis. Now you can see both reflected rays are meeting at this point. Okay, at this point we have to draw a perpendicular, then we see that this line is meeting at C. So this is the image position. What is that? This is the image position. So in this position, when the object is beyond C, image position is at C, object is at C, image is also formed at C. Nature, real, as the image can be caught on the screen. Size, when I measured the size of the object and size of the image, I took size of the object 6 cm and I found image size also to be 6 cm. So image is same size. And finally characteristic, whether it is erected or inverted. As you can see in the figure, the image is formed below the principal axis, so it is inverted image. So when object is at C, image is formed also at C. It is real image. It is same size, object size, image size are same, and it is inverted image as it is formed below the principal axis. Now let us see fourth one. Now let us see fourth position. When object is placed between principal focus and center of curvature. So this is object. See, when an object is placed between principal focus and center of curvature, a light ray coming from tip of the object falls on the concave mirror. This light ray is parallel to this principal axis, gets reflected, passes through the focus. Second light ray coming also from tip of the object but passing through focus, falls on the mirror, gets reflected and travels parallel to principal axis. So for first incident ray, reflected ray, for second incident ray, reflected ray. Both reflected rays are meeting at this point. From this point, draw a perpendicular. This will be the image of the object. As you can see, the image is obtained behind the center of curvature. So image position beyond C. If you place a screen or a paper here, you can catch that image on the screen. So it is a real image. You can very clearly see the height of the object and height of the image. Height of the image is larger than the height of the object. So it is highly magnified image. Actually, let us say magnified image, not highly magnified, magnified. Characteristic, as the image is formed below the principal axis, it is inverted. Okay. If anywhere you think that, sir, this is a ready-made diagram, we don't know how to draw this light rays, you can see my other video where I have explained how to draw. These are the image positions for object positions in front of a concave mirror. These are diagrams only. There is another video where you can see how to draw the diagrams. There you will understand how these light rays are drawn. So for object between F and C, image position beyond C, nature real, size magnified, characteristic below the principal axis, so inverted. Okay. Now let us see fifth position. When the object is at F, it means the object is placed at the principal focus itself. When object is placed at principal focus, let us see where is the image formed. So when an object is placed at the principal focus, one light ray coming from tip of the object falling on the concave mirror gets reflected and passes through focus. So the first light ray is coming from tip of the object, falls on the concave mirror, gets reflected and passes through focus. Second light ray also coming from tip of the object, but this time this light ray is falling at the pole of the mirror. In earlier diagrams, you have seen second light ray passing through focus, but we cannot draw now second light ray passing through focus because the object itself is at focus. So third light ray is, second light ray is falling at the pole. When second light ray falls at the pole of the mirror, it gets reflected symmetrically. Now you can see here both the reflected rays are parallel to each other. It means how far you may extend these light rays, these reflected light rays, they do not meet. As they do not meet at a point, don't think the real image forms. If you place a screen either here or anywhere else, they will meet the screen, but they do not meet the screen at a single point. They meet the screen at different points. So on the screen the image will be obtained, so it will be real image, but the image will be blurred. Because the reflected rays are meeting on the screen at different points. Remember always, if reflected rays meet the screen at a single point, clear image forms. If reflected rays meet the screen at different points, then blurred image forms. But anyhow, it will be a real image. And where is the image position? Image is formed here. It's far away from the mirror. So we have to set it infinity. And it is formed very below the principal axis. So it is highly magnified. And it is inverted image, as the reflected rays are below the principal axis, inverted. So when an object is at F, image is formed very far from the mirror at infinity. The reflected rays, even though they do not meet at a point, they will still meet the screen, so it is real image. The image will be very large, so it will be highly magnified image, and the image is formed below the principal axis, so it is an inverted image. Now let us see sixth position. So now we are into the last diagram, when object is placed between pole of the mirror and principal focus, between P and F. This is the object. It means the object is now very close to the mirror. One light ray coming from tip of the object falls on the mirror parallel to principal axis, gets reflected, passes through focus. Second light ray coming from tip of the object falls at the pole of the mirror, gets reflected symmetrically. Now as you can see, both reflected rays are neither meeting at a point nor they are parallel to each other. How they are? They are diverging. It means how far even you extend them, they do not meet at a point and they do not meet the screen also, both light rays. So it means these light rays cannot form a real image. These light rays cannot form the image on the screen. So these light rays cannot form real image. So then where does the image forms? The image forms inside the mirror. And where you have to show inside the mirror? To show the image, just extend these reflected rays backwards. They will meet at a point. From this point, draw a perpendicular. This will be the image of this object. Now you might think why we are using here dotted lines. Thick lines are always real lines. It means they are real light rays, whereas these are imaginary lines. So we have to show the imaginary lines with the dotted lines, because this is happening inside the mirror. We are extending the reflected rays backwards. These are imaginarily extended. So we have to show them with the dotted line. So when an object is between pole of the mirror and principal focus, image is formed inside the mirror. In the remaining 5 cases also, image is formed inside. But the inside image is also formed on the screen, that is in front of the mirror on the screen. But in this case, image is formed only inside the mirror. The mirror cannot form the image inside in it on a screen. So this becomes a virtual image. Sizes, you can see the object size and image size. Definitely image size is bigger than the object size. So image is highly magnified. As it is above the principal axis, it is erected. So when object is between P and F, image is inside the mirror, image is virtual, it is highly magnified, and it is erected. Once again, if you think these are, sir, we haven't understood these ready-made diagrams, how to literally draw these light rays, then there is another video of mine where I have shown how to draw ray diagrams. Okay, there you can see how we have to draw, step-by-step process is there. But these 6 diagrams show the object is placed at this position, where is the image formed.